play X-Wing Alliance more than Squadrons.
Well, you should. Like, let's be perfectly honest. Let's be honest. X-Wing Alliance, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter are better games. They're they're a little bit uglier because they're old, and the balance and getting the games, getting the wait, I did solo. I swear to God I did solo that time. Apparently solo gets you with a you still have wingmates. Solo doesn't actually get you 0, so alright, well if it's solo, I shouldn't be in a fucking Y-Wing. I should be in an X-Wing with a ion torp and protons.
Doesn't look so bad out here.
Could be better.
It doesn't specify what type of torpedo.
He's got a lock on me.
It doesn't, but in that regard, it does say, I mean, if you're trying to get maximum damage, ion damage doesn't count. But the point would remain that I would have both, as opposed to right now I'm gonna have to fucking figure out how the fuck to get through shields in a Y-Wing.
Rotary cannon.
Oh, fuck that. Rotary cannon is just like asking for... Okay, there it goes. Rotary cannon takes way too long to fucking charge. Alright, where's the... Raiders on Charlie?
Skip them entirely.
Hmm?
No problem. Just fly under the shield, skip them entirely.
It wants me to toss torps. I can't fly under the shield with the torp. How the fuck is it already at half shield? Holy fuck!
Your AI wingmates, probably.
But yeah, my way out. Well, apparently those motherfuckers are running like 700 different kinds of fucking ions, because that was SCL. That was double torp level fast.
Ooh, close one.
Hey, what's the recharge rate on those shields?
Depends on how you're doing it, and also depends on if you take advantage of glitches.
Let's get it over.
Yeah. Recharge is kind of weird on X-Wing Alliance right now. They're in a transitionary phase of how much they want to. Yeah. At least that's what I'm thinking there.
The issue with Squadrons is that if you take power out of shields completely, then put power back into shields, you will bypass any cooldown.
Oh fuck that.
So it's referred to as shield skipping. So the cooldown on shields is as fast as you can control the shields. There is still skill involved in it, because if you're shield skipping just constantly, but you're not actually getting shot, then it's a waste of, like, you don't need it. Like, you don't need to shield skip, and you're wasting power recharge. But if you're constantly under fire, just constantly shield skipping, you're gonna have more shields than if you were just leaving power in shields.
Yeah.
And that's the real issue with Squadrons. Squadrons doesn't have a problem with its balance. Squadrons doesn't have a problem with how it works. Squadrons has a problem with not listening to the competitive scene and acknowledging its bugs.
Yeah, no shit. This is why I prefer fan-made projects at this point. Hello?
I don't mind fan-made projects. I won't ever complain about that. But on the flip side of it, you don't want, like, there's no reason to to say, like, at the end of the day, Squadrons could have been a better game. Like, let's be perfectly honest. Everyone who says Squadrons is a worse game is solely because Squadrons didn't listen to feedback. And EA is EA. Like, let's be perfectly honest on that one. This is EA's fault, not motive. But there are certain things that needed to happen. And X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, let's be perfectly honest, even in the best of situations, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter would have been more successful overall, more customizable, because it had the customization that Squadrons never would. And that's okay. But on the flip side of that,
That was too close.
people who are like, oh, well, Squadrons doesn't have this, Squadrons doesn't have that, it's not balanced. It doesn't need to be balanced. All you would need is, one, let us fly same faction versus same faction. And...
Wait, you can't even do same?
No.
Alright.
It's always Rebel versus Empire. It's always Rebel versus Empire. And that's a distinctive problem, because there's where the unfairness comes in, is the fact that in the vanilla game where they didn't listen to the competitive team, Empire is better. In vanilla, Empire is better, period. Like, there is no way, no one ever argues otherwise.
Oh, that, huh?
Yes, 100%. TIE Bomber broken.
Yeah.
With that being said, but the game mode, like, people are like, oh, well, there's only one game mode. It's like, yeah, but there's basically only one game mode in X-Wing. Like, let's be honest. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter?
He's got a lock on me.
Like, I grew up. X-Wing, WoW was our week of war when I was doing X-Wing versus TIE Fighter was, 1v1, 2v2, TIE Fighter versus TIE Fighter.
Yes, but it has more than one game mode.
It does, but none of us played it.
Not back then, because our computers and connections couldn't really handle it.
That might be, but it still doesn't change the fact that if you want to compare and you want to say, my nostalgia factor says that this is what you enjoyed and this is what mattered, but you never fucking played it, then it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, that wasn't the question. The question was, does it have more than one game mode?
No, the question is it a better game? And if the game mode is one that is never used, then it is not a better game mode. A better game mode, a better game requires you to use the better game. There's a lot, I mean, Rebellion is one of the best strategy games of all time, in my opinion, but the graphics are shit. No one actually played it. It takes a very long, there's no sitting down. It's not a short game.
Yeah, I tried Rebellion.
Oh, it would be fucking
Empire at War or something like that.
Empire at War was Rebellion with better graphics but worse overall. Like, it was one of those things that was like, it very, very much worked. Like, the combat was much better, but the overall world control was worse. But Rebellion is one of those ones that I will gladly play with anybody who wants to play it, but you have to play with somebody who wants to finish the game.
It can take you days to finish a game.
Oh, more than days, not counting the in-between queue time. But that's exactly my point. Rebellion is amazing. It is one of the best. I think it is. It's single-handedly. It's the best Star Wars strategy game. Period. And at the same time, I'm not going to tell you that it's the best game and it's the one that you should be playing right now, because it has its flaws, and having its flaws is completely fine.
I tried it. I could never get into it.
I think you, especially you, Nija, I think you would actually really enjoy it with like me or Orlando or somebody who is.
And it was back in the day when I had a playing it too. So
Well, yeah, but it's not a matter of other people. It's a matter of one person who can play it with you. That's my point. It's not a matter of having lots of people playing it, because one game requires one completion. And stop recording.